All right, let's go. Dunkin. It is early. 7:20 in the morning, something like that. So I've been normally getting the Mocha Cold Brew with cold foam, but you saw the thumbnail. I don't need the cold foam today. I don't need it today. So that is a Mocha Cold Brew. We're going to add what you saw in the thumbnail to the intro. What is up, everyone? It is the endorsement, and it is time for another review. This is where I try something and tell you if you should like it or not. I can be very persuasive. It's a little tilted. We are fighting the sun because the sun is rising right over there. Rises in the east, sets in the west. East, west. All right, so here we go. You saw the thumbnail. I got my hands on what you're about to see. That is a large Mocha Cold Brew with 2 pumps of cream. But look at this. Unopened Dunkin salted caramel cream cold foam topping. Now, interesting story to this. Give it a little shake. This isn't on the menu anymore. I don't think it's on the menu. It's not on my menu when you go into the app and when you go into the store, or if you might go into the store. But I saw a sign at my local Dunkin' that said salted caramel cold brew and salted caramel cream cold foam. And I'm like, I thought that went away. I thought it was gone. So I don't know if this location had some more of these and they're just trying to get rid of it, because it is good. It says right here up until December 16th, 2023. So I am excited. Oh, I'm telling you the story on how I got this while I put this into my beverage. I asked the guy first. I'm like, that's back. And he kind of didn't give me an answer. So I think they just, I don't know if they just got some more of this or they didn't sell it all. But he did say he was going to be sad when it goes away. And when he walked away, I think it was the manager or the general manager. I said, hey, excuse me. Do you ever sell these to the customers, to the public? Like if I asked you right now, like how much would you charge me for one of those? And she just said, just sometimes when things like this happen, you just go, why doesn't this happen more often? She's like, I'll just give you one. I probably shouldn't be saying that on video, but she gave it to me. I didn't pay for anything. Look at this. Look at this. That is definitely more than what they normally put on. I gotta do it. Ooh, I'll tell you something. That's a little different experience than when you do it with whipped cream. You know, when you have those canisters, and when you're a kid, you would go into the fridge and kind of just shoot it into your mouth. And then your parents are like, how come? What is this, a childproof cap? All right, here we go. Then your parents are like, where did all of the whipped cream go? That was a different experience. It's not as thick as whipped cream, so it kind of just, I don't know, evaporated or disintegrated in my mouth. The flavor was good. Little salted caramel action. Never hurt anybody except that one guy back in 1982 in Panama. We don't talk about that too often, though. All right, so there it is right now. I just put in my own salted caramel cream cold foam. Let's see what it does to this mocha. Yeah, the first sip is where it's at, where this kind of mixes in with everything. But check it out right there. Little close-up. Look at that. 2023 close-up of the salted caramel sweet cream cold foam. My own. I got my own. Right in the fridge at home. I took it with me in the car. I don't have a fridge in the car, but this is going to come in handy. I'm going to put it on some of my Keurig coffees, and I wanted to thank that employee. And like I said, I probably shouldn't have put her on blast like that, but I don't know. Maybe it was the last one and she just wanted to get rid of it. Maybe they had like 36 cases and they're like, oh, let's kind of hook a brother up. I always refer to that as the Las Vegas technique. You don't know unless you ask. When I went to Vegas one time, I met a bunch of friends and I won about $5,200 in about 15 minutes at blackjack. True story. True story. Then I took my friends out to dinner and came home with like $4,000, something like that. Had a great time. Had a great burger, actually. Little story time. Went to a place in Mandalay Bay and had a burger with a lobster tail on it. Baller. YouTube baller. Yes. All right. So what was I saying? Oh, so when we were in Vegas, we were playing at the... Where were we? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember, but it's one that has one of the best buffets. Why can't I remember? Anywho, I said to my friend, I'm like, we've only been playing for like an hour, but I did hit for the 5,200, but it wasn't at this casino. I don't know. Let's see. Let me just try to test this out. So I went over to the high roller section, the high roller area, and I asked for 4 comps to the buffet. And I think the buffet was like $60. So I'm looking for like a $240 comp. And I had 2 friends that said, you're crazy, you're not going to get it. And I had one friend that's like, I'll go with you, let's try it. So we walk in through these like Willy Wonka huge doors. I can't remember what's the Venetian? No. I can't remember what casino. I know this like the back of my hand. Anyway, we walk in. I explained to the guy behind the marble counter. I said, yeah, I'm looking for 4 passes for the buffet. And he looked up how much I've played and how much my friend had played. He's like, I'm sorry, you don't really have enough credits to warrant 4 passes. I said, oh, it was worth a shot. I said, I got 2 buddies outside that didn't want to come in, that they're like, you're crazy, you're not going to get it. And the guy was funny. He's looking at me. He's like, oh, they said that? He goes, yeah. And he goes, this guy believed in you? I said, yeah. It was just me and my buddy standing there. He's like, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you 2 passes and you tell your other 2 friends that they can pay for it. Salute. Why am I not remembering the name of that casino? Anyway, that's what I always like to call the Las Vegas method. So when I asked her how much she would charge me for that, I was willing to pay for it. And then she's like, no, I got you. And she just handed it to me. And I felt like I stole it. So like when I took it, I didn't know if she was the manager or just a worker. Should she be doing this? Should she not be doing this? So I just tucked it. I just tucked it and walked out and said, peace out. And I want to do a review to see how it is straight out of the can. And out of the can, like I said, not the best, the consistency. But when you put it in here and it works well with the cold brew, it is a pleasant addition to my coffee morning routine. So there's the sun. That is my... I said I was going to talk until that sun hit my face. Michael Scott. All right, so thank you so much. If I had to give this a rating, it's a 90. One of my favorite cold brew toppings, one of my sweet cold foam toppings. So there you go, another review in the books. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, please do not forget to check me out on Instagram and Twitter. That is social media, getting the word of my channel out to the masses. In closing, that's it. I'm done. Have you ever seen anyone do this? Did anyone ever get their hands on one of these cans? I got my hands on a can. Okay.